Hello. Hello.
Hi, sir.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
How are you, sir?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Wait, morning, bye.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I can see that quite a number of us already online, and I believe that a good number of us can also access it on the YouTube link. I provided the YouTube link. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
All right.
We can hear you, sir.
All right.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
And I hope you can see my screen as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can see.
Yes, sir. We can
Yes,
see
sir,
it,
I
sir.
can see over here, sir.
All right.
Yes, we can see it, sir.
Quite a number of us already
Make me
online.
laugh.
I believe that a good number of us can also access it on the YouTube link. I provided the YouTube. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear
Hello,
you.
sir.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay. All right.
You can hear you, sir.
Good morning.
All right.
Let's go. Sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. And I hope you can see my screen as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see it, sir.
Yes, sir. We can
Yes,
see
I
it, sir.
can see over here, sir.
Yes. We can see it, sir. Make me laugh.
That number of us can also access. Whether
Sir, we can't hear you clearly.
Please, sir, we can't hear you clearly. The network is broken.
So you can hear me now,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
and you can see my
Yes, sir.
screen.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We can see you.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good. That's good. So I will quickly go through this particular course now, and this will be our first class. I'm happy that I am meeting you today. Very, very enthusiastic, and I believe that you are also very, very much delighted to have this class. So this particular course is a very, very interesting one, and is going to give us a solid foundation as we go in journeying through this particular program. And it's more of a general course that almost all the units in DLI will be taking. And it's a 3-unit course, and it's good that we prepare early. You know, as the saying goes, that we should prepare. That if we fail to prepare, then that means one is preparing to fail. So we should start our preparation on time. So today, because as you can see, I'm actually on the road. So I had to park off the road to take this particular course. And there will be more of it to come. And it's going to be more interactive as well. So, but we have to do something today. And the little time we are going to spend together is going to be memorable. I can guarantee you that. So I want you to listen carefully as we journey through this particular course and the topic today. Now, for different departments, I will start with this course taking you online. Sometimes if there is need, I will have to appear in person as well. But I need you to know that there are designated people that have been assigned to each program to take you on when we start our face-to-face lecture. So the Institute has made adequate provision to make sure that you enjoy this particular course. So today, let me start by introducing myself. It's not possible to know each of you one by one, and we later get to know some of you. So today, let me start by introducing myself. I'm Dr. Adewoyin. And I welcome everybody. If there's any issue, let me know. When you start your face-to-face interaction, let me know. Let me know. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
We are hearing you, sir.
Right on, sir.
Hello. Are you still with me?
Sir, we are here. We can hear you,
We
sir.
can hear
We
you,
hear
sir.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you, sir.
hear you, sir.
You very much. So today you will learn how to define that has changed the world around us. Of course, you know, it's no more gainsaying. The world has become, I am here on the road, and you are there where you are. And we can still, learning can still this. So computer has come to stay. You will learn today the key concepts that have driven the process that has led to the development of the modern day computer. We didn't just arrive at where we are today. the phone you are holding, we didn't just get to that level today. The laptop I'm using, we didn't just arrive here today. Same thing with the level of internet connectivity. This was not the way it was 10 years ago. Some 20, 30 years ago, there was nothing like mobile phone that you take around today. So we have computer development and evolution has gone a long way to get to this point. So finally today, we'll study emerging trends in computer design. So at the end of today's lesson, you must be able to define computer correctly. That means that quite a number of people define it wrongly. So I want you to take note of that. Secondly, you should be able to list and describe the major computer. 3, discuss the areas of human activities where computer is applied. And that is going to be more interactive. So let's get the ball rolling. What is a computer? A computer, many of us define it as computer is just a device or an electronic device that can do this. But most of our definition is not encompassing enough. So we define a computer. Hello, if you should mute yourself. Once I remove you, you are off from my class. There should be discipline. It's because of time constraints, I want to roll out my rules, which I will still do later on. So you don't come to my class and start making background noise. As I'm talking to you, I have to isolate myself in the car, park up the road, turn on the AC, and I'm taking my class, and I don't want distraction. So I am not going to disturb you, neither do I want you to disturb me or any other student. That would be totally unfair and unacceptable. So coming back to what we are discussing, what is a computer? A computer, simply put, is a device. And sometimes I would love people to define it as an electromechanical device. I will explain further as we go on. So a computer, you simply define it as a device or electromechanical device designed to automatically carry out a sequence of arithmetic or logical operation. You can put it another way as this, that it is a device that accepts, processes, stores, and outputs data at high speed according to programmed instructions in a specified format. Let me break down the definition for you for simplicity. Whatever you regard as a computer, any device that you regard as a computer must have certain functional units. It must be capable of accepting data. That is, it must have an input medium. So it must have inputs. It must have another functional unit that will be capable of processing what you send to it as input. And it must be able to give you the output. So what you feed into your computer as input is your data, which are your raw facts or instructions that you give to your computer to execute for you. Now, it must have a processing faculty, which we generally regard as the central processing unit, or in a layman's language, we call it the brain of the computer. So you can have a question like, what is regarded as the brain of the computer? That is your central processing unit, as you see in the picture. So it must have another functioning unit, which we call the CPU. Then it must have another functional unit, which will be the output medium, via which the data that you gave it through your input will come out as output. And when data has been processed, we call it information. So it means that a computer is a device that is capable of accepting data from you, processing it, and giving you your output as information in a specified format. So when you say processing, it means that it is under programmed instruction. So it's under program instruction. So it's capable of processing it and giving you the output in a specified format. When I mean specified format, it means that in a program instruction, when we say in a specified format, it means that it can be either in soft form, as what you are seeing on the screen, or in hard copy form, maybe as a printout as hard copy. So is there any class rep online that can let me know whether you are following what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Hope you are following what I'm saying.
Yes,
Yes, we
sir.
are, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we are
Okay,
following you.
I can see the chat. Thank you very much.
We are hearing you, sir.
Okay, so a computer is a device. Why I say it's a device in a simple language is because when we start looking at the historical development of computer, you will discover that the computer age started from mechanical counting devices before we go to electromechanical devices, and now the current age is purely electronic. So if you want to provide a definition that will encompass the evolution of the computer system, we simply put it as a device to avoid controversy or bias. So it is a device that can accept your data, can process it because it's under some set of program instruction, can process it and give you the output as information. And I've defined what data is for you, that they are raw fact or instructions or a kind of task that you want your computer to execute. And when your computer has done that for you, it becomes information. So when data has been processed, so it's called information. So information, simply put, is your processed data. So so now you know what a computer is, you know what data is, that they are raw facts, your instructions. Now, and you know what information is, and you know the functional unit of a computer system. So think of it, your phone. There is a way your phone has on-screen keyboard. You can instruct it with the on-screen keyboard, then it can process it and give you the information that you need. So that is a computer system. So any gadget that can do that for you is a computer system. So on this screen, you can see your printer, which can give us our output, which is our information in hard copy form. You see your monitor. Your monitor will give you the information I'm sharing this information of my slide with you now. So this is giving you in soft copy, or your speakers as audio. It's also in soft form. Then you have your system unit. Now I need to let you know that label that you see, the drop down arrow that is being labeled as CPU. The CPU is inside that box you are seeing. That box that you oftentimes regard as your CPU is known as your system unit. The entire box is not CPU. CPU is inside the system unit. You see, let me tell you something. If you look at my head like this and you just call my head brain, that would be totally wrong. My brain is inside my head. I have other sense organs like my eyes, my nose, my mouth is there, my tongue is there. So I have my ears. So it's a system. So when you see the system unit, it comprises of other units, other functional parts like your CD-ROM. It has hard drive section in it. It has other sections in it. So, but the heart of the CPU, at the heart of the CPU of the system unit is your CPU, which is the central processing unit, also known as the brain of the computer. So this is an error that is often committed by so many people. The moment they see the box, they say this is CPU. No, the CPU is the brain of the computer and is inside the CPU. Please take note of that. Then you have your speaker, you have your keyboard. You see, all these parts that you see can either serve as input function, output function, or processing function. The CPU, for instance, inside the CPU serves as your for processing function, whereas your monitor can provide dual function, either as input if it has a touch screen enabled on it, or as just output for you to just read, like you are seeing the slide that I'm sharing with you. Then you have your printer, which is serving as your output. So all these are connected to the system unit and is under the coordination of the central processing unit, meaning that your computer has been designed in such a way that it can mimic human function. So literally, it is more like a slave to us to help us solve our problems, to literally work as a slave for us, to handle the task for us. So that is what computer has been evolving to solve even more complex and advanced functions. So, and if you can understand the way we humans function, it will be very easy for you. As I'm talking to you, I ask you a question, you give me a feedback. I can speak to you. You can hear it because you have something you can receive it, which is your ears, and you can process it with your brain and give me the response, which is the information that I need. So that is how computer is designed, and is with even the development of machine learning, artificial intelligence, there is serious advancement now to make it behave even more like humans. And so you see the advancement in robotics, how it has advanced to an extent that a robot can pick something for you, can reason with you, can even suggest things for you. So that is how computer has advanced. So on this slide, I believe by now you already know how to define what a computer is properly. You can identify the basic part of a computer. You know what data is, you know what CPU is, and you know what we call information. Of course, we are still going to discuss the parts of the computer in details, but this is to lay the foundation today. So let's move on. Components of a computer. Basically, the computer is divided into hardware component and software component. The hardware component are the physical parts of the computer system that you can see, you can touch. I'm touching my laptop, touching it, and you can hold it, you can feel it. Those are the hardware, that's the hardware component of the computer system. But the software component refers to instructions, program instructions that makes your computer function. We regard it as programs. Now, there's again difference between a computer program and program of an event. When I mean event, maybe like wedding ceremony, birthday ceremony. Now, computer program is spelled as Programs. Computer programs. Now, but program for event in a secular setting will end with MME. So I've seen over the years that students mistake the two words. So computer program terminates with a single M, not MME. So take note of that. So there are set of the set of programs that enable your computer to function. And these softwares, we can classify them into different categories, which you will learn in detail later. What is important for you to know at this point is that software are program instructions, programs, or instructions that enables your computer to function. So without it, your computer is just a piece of hardware that can do nothing. So now you know the difference between the hardware component and the software, and you can identify your hardware component like your speaker, your keyboard, your printer. You can identify them. But your software is the instruction. In fact, some of you have installed some application on your phone, which are actually programs. Your phone came with a particular OS, operating system, which you call Android. Let's say you are using Samsung or Infinix or any of these phones. But if it were to be iPhone, it comes with a Mac OS, iOS. It comes with our iOS. For the laptop, it comes with Mac OS. So what I'm saying is this: we have different types and different classifications of software. But what you should know that without that software on your phone, in fact, once the software becomes corrupt, your phone cannot do anything. For those of you that have experienced it, you notice that once the software on your phone crashes, you cannot do anything. So when you take it to the phone technician, he will tell you that, no, you have to flash the phone. The process of flashing is to reprogram it. All right? So next, we move to a brief history of the computer system. See, I called it brief history because it's almost impossible to exhaust the the historical development of computer within a short period. It's almost impossible. Now, you see, man originated from apes according to the evolution theory. So likewise, the history of computer can be as old as man. Since the time man started counting with sticks, with pebbles, with stones, with bones, man has been calculating, man has been computing. So it is actually as old as man. But again, when humankind became more sophisticated, with the resultant increase in volume of data to be processed, because predominantly from evolution we know that only hunter and we eat herbs, and that's all he lives for. You just kill animal, eat, sleep, life continues. Beyond that stage, we have become more sophisticated, has also increased. The volume of data to be processed has also increased. So this.
Please, sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
Yes. Hello?
I think it's your network.
The line is breaking, sir. The network.
Hello?
The line is breaking. The line is actually breaking.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Oh, I'm speaking out is the network. I'm so sorry for that. I saw that I saw a link that the network signal failed a little just now, but I believe it's better now.
Yeah, it's kind of better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's better now.
All right.
It's better now.
Sorry,
Sir.
but those are the challenges we face with. I believe technology will advance and will get better. So sorry about that. So it became imperative for aids or tools to be used for computing, and so that led to development of mechanical counting devices. In fact, at around 1100 BC, the Chinese people developed what we call abacus, and some of us use it in primary school. It's a wooden frame that has lines in them with beads in each of the line, and so we use it to calculate hundred, tens, and units, and we can use it for simple arithmetic such as addition, subtraction, basic simple arithmetics. So Chinese people developed that, what we call abacus, which is actually a mechanical counting device. So beyond that, after the abacus was the mechanical calculator, and by 1804, the punch card was developed, and by 1830, Charles Babbage, who was regarded as the father of computer, developed what we call the difference engine, and which was purely mechanical. Mechanical. So it was improving. on that.
What's up?
Hello. It was trying to develop something that could be programmable, that would be more advanced to the difference engine. So he developed the analytical engine, but he couldn't complete this task before he died. Again, he suffered from funding issues. So he didn't get enough funding, and so it affected the project. But by the time he got more funding to develop the analytical engine, he couldn't complete the task before he died. So these were actually purely mechanical counting devices. Emanuel later developed electronic tabulator in 1830, and later EDVAC and ENIAC, which is ENIAC is electronic numerical integrator and calculator. So in 1947, by 1940 something, computer had evolved from just pure mechanical to electronic counting devices, electromechanical computing devices, and now it's just pure electronic. So, and when we start discussing the generations of computer, from this point, I will mention specifically the electromechanical counting devices up to pure electronic devices, because we have to look at the technology each of them use, from vacuum tubes to transistors, which marked the era where transistor radio became also very popular. Then we will look at integrated circuits and very large scale integration as when we start discussing the generations of computer. All right, so you see how abacus counting devices look like. The Pascal machine developed by Blaise Pascal, and you see the difference engine, very, very big. And this machine can only handle simple arithmetic. See, we have gone a long way to get to where we are now. And so this is a chart. I don't know how clear it is, summarizing what was developed, when it was developed, and the full name. So again, I will share this slide with you on your platform. I will send you to your class reps or your course advisors. They will share with you, and I will share other supplementary materials on the LMS as well. So, applications of computer. You see, there is no aspect of our daily life today that computer is not applied. From the grocery store to your house. In fact, you walk with your phone around, so you move with it. So, but specifically, for sake of learning, we have to just mention the specific areas. One is in applied science. So, you can't be a scientist without it. You can't do anything. In fact, the electron microscope without computer attached to it cannot function. You can't do any lab analysis, whether medical lab analysis. You have gone for medical lab for maybe diagnosis or something. Something will be, after the diagnosis, a report will be printed for you. In fact, if you are pregnant, the scanning will be done. You will be seeing the fetus on the screen. That can't happen because that scanner that is used to scan your stomach is actually a scanning device which operates on the principle of ultrasound and is communicated to you through the computer system, so you can see it on the screen. So in applied science, we use it for almost everything now. Then at home, there should be no home in this computer age that must not have a system. In fact, it's compulsory for all our children to do computer science in school. So we have it at home, and we don't just have it for decoration, we use it to solve a lot of problems. Not just for communication. Then for engineering function, for precise engineering function, we need computers. And if we have to mention these one by one, some of us work in companies, manufacturing industries, you see production lines. In fact, on Discovery Channel, some of you have watched production lines, car production lines. You see Volkswagen, for instance, in Germany, you see the production lines, you see from sheets of metal, how it's corrugated, how it's shaped into frames of the car, and how it is assembled along the production line up to the final stage where the quality check is being done. And you see, it's a lot of advanced automated process. But we can't do this before, where it will take days to produce a single car. Now, several cars can be chunked out in a day from a single factory. So that is how advanced we have become. We have other aspects of engineering that computer is applied today. In fact, if not for time, I would have just mention your own area. Of course, as I'm talking to you, deep inside your heart, several things are coming into your brain now, and you are beginning to, oh, that's true. So you just look at your own, where you are working, and you see that computer is there. In health, I've mentioned something like that before when I was explaining science. Gone are the days when you go to hospitals and they'll begin to look for your hospital card, hospital file. So once you get to the help desk, you give them your number, straight away, they check it up, and they refer you to the next room, the next consulting room where you meet a doctor. Very easy. Your historical record, and hospitals that have branches across the nation, the moment your record is in their database, anywhere you appear, they get your information. You don't need to start telling them, my blood group is this, my genotype is this. They have your historical record down in the database. If it were not for computer, we can't have it. We can't have anything called database. For some of us, we have some of our documents, our pictures in the cloud. Even when you lose your phone, you can recover it. That's how advanced we have become. We use it in industries. We use it in information and communication. Like, I can communicate with you. I can link up with you today to teach this class, if not for computer. If not for all this, our telecom, my network provider, MTN, I can't do this. I can't get the internet to use. So we use it in the military. We know, with the current trends of what we are facing in Nigeria today, the use of computer and technology, the use of getting intelligence report, using drones to monitor different locations, we have been able to track different locations and people that could be very dangerous to our society. So without computer, we can't do this. But now think of it. You are going to a place you don't know before. You only got the address. How do you navigate yourself to get to the place? Just check your Google map and you get there. As simple as that. I know many of you have used your Google map before, and it has been of tremendous help. Yes, it is not absolutely perfect, because I must tell you, on a few occasions, Google map, I don't know, maybe it's network, it has taken me around in circle. So after cycling for like 3 times, I saw myself, oh, I've come around this spot before. I've come around, oh. So I need to ask. But more than 80% of the time, it has really helped me. So, which is talking about transport. So we have other functions of it in transport industry as well. So, and when we have more time, we discuss, especially when I'm doing my recap. So you can keep your question to the next class, where I will be much more in a stable place to interact with you. So in summary today, we have defined a computer as a device that accepts data, processes it, and gives out the result as information in a specified format. We said, again, that broadly speaking, the component of the computer can be classified into 2 components, 2 major areas: hardware component and software component. The hardware components include the physical parts of the computer system, and the software components are the set of programs or instructions that helps your computer to function or perform a given task. Then common applications include home, engineering, industries, health, schools, industries, banking industry is there. Of course, you can do your internet banking from anywhere. You don't have to, except there is extreme need to approach your banking hall. So it's very, very important that we know all these applications too. So at this point, I will want to appreciate our patience and understanding. I want to assure us that in our next class is going to be more interactive than this. Thank you very much. Can I have one or two
Thank you,
comments
sir.
from one or two class reps?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
I hope we have
Thank you
been
very
able
much,
to
sir.
explain one
Thank
or two
you.
things.
Thank you, sir. We enjoyed the
Thank
class.
you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Your class, we
Thank you,
enjoyed your
sir.
class. It was so interesting.
Hello?
Can I please go back to the
Yes,
history of
sir. We are.
computer?
Yeah.
To the diagrams, please.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Your boss
Thank you,
did
sir.
not dry.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
We
Enjoy
sir.
really
the
do
rest of your
appreciate you,
classes
sir.
Yeah.
today
Thank you,
Most
and
sir.
have a lovely
lecturers so
weekend.
far.
Thank you, sir. It was well understanding.
It was well understood, sir. And it was well explained.
All right.
Can you please go back to the second slide, please, sir? You don't come on.
Sir, please go back to the diagram.
Okay. This is the first, second, third.
What a big class.
Number 7 now. Go back to number 7, sir.
Sir, please, I'm still writing software composition. Oh.
You are right. No,
Ah.
I will give you the slide. Don't worry. I will
Right,
send
ticket.
you your course already. We'll put it on the on your
All
group for
right,
you.
sir.
Don't worry.
All right, sir. Thank
It'll also be
you.
on the LMS.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you go back?
All right. All right.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. God
Thank you,
bless
sir.
you.
Thank you,
We
sir.
really
We
do
are
appreciate you, sir. Thank you,
grateful.
Thank you,
The
sir.
sir.
class was
Sir,
understanding.
Yes.
yeah.
He's the best lecturer so far.
How's the middle?
Hello, sir.
Thank you,
Hello.
Hello,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
I have a question.